Hi, this is Simon Chen, and welcome to my network marketing training. Members of my coaching mastermind groups can ask me questions on a weekly basis. And today's question comes from a 5-star mastermind member, Catherine from Melbourne. And she asked, Hi Simon, thanks a lot for your answer for my previous question. You mentioned about reminding downlines a strong why and their vision of joining. And it is very true, not just for downlines, but for me as well. And also you mentioned about ups and downs in business, as it happens all the time. How would you deal with downturns so that it does not affect your productivity and performance? Like, what kind of things you do to get better when you felt bad and hated the business very much so you still be able to do the business every day and put aside the negative feelings? Because I found out that when I was at down state, that I would be easily discouraged and did nothing at all, which should not happen. Thanks a lot. Okay, good question. Just to clarify, you had mentioned about hating the business. And that's actually one of the things I always tell my coaching mastermind groups and also my downlines. Like, network marketing is not easy, right? It's a simple business, but not easy. And you don't want it easy because otherwise the money wouldn't be good. The money is only good because it's challenging, right? And everything in life that's challenging is very financially rewarding. Anything that's easy, normally you don't. Easy. Let me just turn on the TV and just sit there for 5 hours and watching. That's easy. Going playing video games, doing nothing. That's easy, but that doesn't pay well, right? So the mindset is anything rewarding is going to be hard, and you have to accept that and know that. So having that background, knowing that, to answer your question, you have to realize network marketing is just like any business. I think the biggest secret to my success is since day one, because I had read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I joined network marketing because I was looking for a business, right? Kind of no one actually told me about it. I sponsored myself. I was looking for a business. I found out network marketing was the best business, and you could earn $1 million, but with very low risk investment. So I always took an approach, and because of that, I always compared it to other businesses. So I would compare it to, and one of the things I would recommend, Catherine, is, of course you can listen to motivational audios and stuff, but go read other business magazines, right? Entrepreneur magazine, like Entrepreneur Magazine or Fast Company. These stories these are people who have made it. There's a lot of great stories out there. The only difference between us and them is they took out, mortgages, second mortgages, invested hundreds of thousands of dollars to start their business, while we invest a couple $100, maybe $1,000. That's it. That's the only difference, really, right? But they got so huge expenses, but they have been able to go from zero to $1 million, just like us. So what do they do? And sometimes you can read biographies too. That helps. Whether it's like Steve Jobs or even anyone, a successful person, they started through tough times, challenging times, where they're stressed or frustrated. But they were able to overcome those challenges, and that's what helped them become successful. So I would, so those are the two things. Of course, you listen to motivation audios, business stuff. I have a lot of mentors. I have mentors outside of network marketing as well, so I get a different perspective. And really, any type of business, anyone who's successful, any type of sports or anything, they've gone through lots of tough times. And you have to understand what is going on in their mind, right? So for me, when it goes in my mind, when I'm having through a tough time, I realize, hey, I'm not the only one. Everyone who wants to be successful, they go through this, right? I watch something motivational. I just read about it. It motivates me. I know that I'm not the only one. And everyone, this is the test to see if I'm the real deal or just an average person. And I take that challenge. And I want to go for it. Now, I want to do everything I want. And we should do our best, right? Like it's the saying, do your best and God will do the rest. But you got to do your best. And there's always a way out, right? There's always a solution to the puzzle. We can figure it out. And it's a challenge. It's not easy. So, but when you find out other people are going through it, it's really encouraging to know that they go through down times. Another thing is just being around positive people. Being around the people who are in the business, who are moving and shaking, right? Like you're in the mastermind group, that's great. We got some great members here from different countries. All on the call, we share on the Facebook, we're posting. For me, I get motivated reading. I get motivated reading by like what, like, you know, Michelle's very excited, Howard's growing the business, Bruno's doing meetings, Guillermo is, you know, going for rank advancements, his team's getting some movement now, Binks was #1 director in the Philippines. Just hearing this, and you know, and even though, you know, you guys are my members, my students, just hearing your growth motivates me, right? So just being in an environment is very important. And there's a saying, where you be 5 years from now is determined by the books you read, or, you know, quote unquote, the audios you listen to. Number 2 is the places you've traveled, and number 3, the people you've met. And those are the things. And hopefully I can play, you know, influence on you. The people, the rest in your team, you're part of a fantastic team. They can play influence on you. But being around them, positive, right? That would totally help you out. So those are the 3 things. And, you know, just being around successful people and other businesses too, that actually helps you a lot. So know that everyone goes through that. But you're a winner, Catherine. You deserve it. You're going to figure it out. And just like an exam, right? You're a university student. Obviously, you study well to get into university. You just don't quit, right? An exam is tough, and you keep going on. And actually, that's one of the things I talk about school. Because, you know, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and we talk about school. Is it important? I think school is important. You know, do you need the education the school used to teach you to be wealthy? No, didn't teach me anything. The only thing the school did teach me, aside from my friends, was it taught me persistence, right? Like, you know, and because I was like I was a bad student. I went to Columbia, but I wasn't a good student in Columbia. There were times where I had to study, you know, 10 chapters in a week because I never studied, never went to class. I just copy homework. But midterm time come, of course I procrastinate, and then I have like 1 week to cover 10 chapters of engineering mechanics, and I was dying. But I could have easily quit, but I didn't. Now I didn't end up with a good grade. The engineering mechanics, I got like a C+. Right? Obviously, I mean, I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm not proud of it. But what I am proud of is like, hey, I could have quit and backed down, but I stayed on. I sucked it up and stayed on. And so knowing those habits of, you know, even though I never put all-nighters, but I've gone 3 hours of sleep, studying to 3, 4 in the morning, and just, you know, stressed about it, but overcoming that. Say, hey, you know, hey, I graduated. I passed that class. That felt good. So if you have that persistence, this is the same thing. You know, things are not easy, but you don't quit. You figure it out. And the important thing is you are going to make mistakes. In school, they tell you, don't take the exam until you're ready. Here, you got to go out there and make the mistakes because you learn. And the reason I'm here and you know, now where you're at is because I made a lot more, you know, thousands of more mistakes than you have. I've been screwed in different times. I've been scammed a few times. I cheated. But because of that, that's where I become better, right? And there's no such thing as failing. You just take 1 step back, 2 steps forward. So knowing that, so when you get discouraged, hey, that's part of the learning process. It's a test, but you can get better. You learn. You ask yourself, what did you learn from this experience? All right, Catherine, hope that helps. Let me know. I'm more than happy to clarify more. I did also a couple recent posts about mindset as well. I just answered to Bobby. Take a look at that post about how, you know, if you have a guest speaker, ask them. You know, if you have a guest speaker, you know, that comes in, ask them, what are the times where you wanted to quit? Share with me the biggest challenge you had. And obviously you did not quit, but what went through your mind? How come you didn't quit? All right, what were you thinking? And that will help you out. All right, Catherine, hope that helps. And everyone else, thank you for watching my network marketing training. I'll see you guys next time. This is Simon Chan. Take care.